Today I'll be breaking down some of the decision making that goes into winning a round of PUBG, and in this specific round I will be showing a critical glitch that might be getting you guys killed. Hey guys, the last tactics video I posted received a ton of support and I really appreciate that. I'm definitely listening and will always try to give you more of what you guys like to see. A bunch of you want to see the learning from or analyzing my failures video, so as embarrassing as my losses are, I will try to get that done soon. But since I just talked general strategics over the last gameplay, I wanted to upload another win, but this time walk you through what I'm actively doing in that round to help secure the win. So let's jump right into it. Now the wrestling arena in Picado and El Paso is by far my favorite building on the map to drop at. Not only does it have amazing loot, but it can be a pretty fun battleground to fight in and a decent vantage point to defend early game. Here's my strategy for dropping at this building. I never ever drop onto the roof. At that point you're completely putting your life into the hands of the game. Whoever falls through onto a gun spawn will go ham on everyone else, and even if you survive touching down, all the other players will be able to easily track where you go. Instead, I land right at the front entrance just inside the main door. There's technically 8 loot spawns, 3 up each side and 1 behind each bar or counter, with a 9th and 10th in the hallway leading into the arena, and an 11th and 12th item spawn in the bathrooms, 1 on either side. If you can't come up with a gun in that entryway, you can try to quickly rush the second level, or you can always fall back across the street for a gun before returning to the fight. But in the past, I've had great success doing this. Get geared up quick in the entryway, and then from there, it's very easy to track the footsteps of enemy players above you. Thankfully, I had stopped looting and was ready for him. Now, that's my personal strategy with this building, although I won't fully recommend it because since the desert map launched on the test server, I feel like the loot spawn ratios for this building have changed, making it harder than before to get a loadout doing this. You can try it out yourself, it's still my favorite method of approach, but before it was almost a foolproof plan, and now I feel like it's become much more hit and miss. Alright, as you can see, I'm not that good with the current vector recoil pattern. If you do try this out, let me know if this strategy works well for you. If he would have pushed me right here, I'd be dead. In fact, in the moment, I was almost certain I was going to die, but don't commit to a fight until someone dies, as that could likely be you. Have patience, heal when you need to, and trade shot for shot, hit for hit. I'm much more comfortable with the Kar 98 than I am the Vector, so I decided to just roll with that for this little skirmish. While I'm busy missing shots, I just keep tossing wiggles his way and use this pole as a little bit of cover. As soon as he lays down, I hold the angle and wait to seal the deal. Good night. Alright, this is where I get to that weird little glitch I was talking about. I started taking fire from who knows where at this point. At first I thought maybe it was a super quiet suppressed pistol or SMG in my building. Then I thought it was a bigger gun from super far away. Regardless, I took cover and just tried to listen and process where it might be coming from. Clearly he has a good angle on me and I don't have much to go off of, so I decide I'm going to just bounce and rotate out of this area. While I'm running the second level, he knocks me all the way down to basically 0 HP. so I heal up and get out of the arena considering there might be a hacker in my midst. Well, later I watched the replay a few times. I wish I could show it to you guys, but I wasn't recording at the time and the game version has since updated and will no longer allow me to replay this round. But as it turns out, it was another player on this office building rooftop with a VSS. I jumped in another round and went to the roof to show you guys exactly the angle he had on me. He could see the top level only and specifically just the corner I was in. You might be thinking hacker at this point, but I watched the game from his perspective a few times and sensed no foul play. When I stood up and ran to the stairs, he took a few shots at me, and once I was down the stairs out of his sight, he did what a lot of us would do and dumped the entire remainder of his mag into the stairwell, hoping something connected. The crazy part is, every one of those shots he dumped into the corner at the stairwell hit me as I was running across the second level. It just so happens he ran out of ammo right before I died. So there you go. Maybe someone that knows more about game design and server performance can shed light on exactly what the issue is, but physically I was running across the second level and for whatever reason it's like my hitbox lagged in the stairwell or rubber banded back to the corner or something. So it's possible those moments you think you're back around a corner or behind cover but get shot anyway, it's possible your hitbox is still a little behind. And on the flip side, I have to wonder if those moments where you can't for the life of you hit a person running or something like that, I gotta wonder if sometimes the hitbox is a little off for some reason. I don't know enough about this stuff to say exactly what the problem is, but I thought it was pretty crazy. Anyway, with that, I got out of town. There were still firefights in El Paso, but I decided the better move was to play the circle in this case, especially since I thought there was a potential hacker. I tagged this guy once and began to push thinking he'd lay down to heal. Turns out, no need to push. Given I only had a vector for close quarters, I wanted to loot this guy for an AR. I continued moving to the circle and you'll see a guy on the left. Instead of immediately firing, giving him a chance to get to cover, I decided to try and cut him off. Almost blew it with that AKM recoil though. Remember, don't get too greedy and die looting. Pop a heal first if you need to and check around you if you think there's someone nearby that could be pushing up on that noise. At this point, I have a pretty long distance to get to the circle. Thankfully, there was a fresh buggy for me and I decided to head to the mountains on the southwest side of the circle. I really like playing that coastal terrain when possible. So I'm going to rotate more around the edge of the blue circle before pushing into the next play zone. If I wasn't playing for the win, I might stop and take that fight. If I stopped and he played hard to get, it just wouldn't be productive and I'd end up inside the blue, like what happens coming up. Now, I pull up right where I want to be, and like I've mentioned before, try to avoid vehicles because they notify everyone in your area exactly when you arrive. Knowing this guy's close to me, I swap to the 4x on the Kar 98 just in case I get a chance to headshot him, but I stay on the AKM until I know he's not going to push me close right side. As soon as I know he's further up left, I'm clear to use the Kar 98. Another player further up behind me engages this guy, and I can see in the kill feed that he takes him out, but in the moment, I'm still cautious to that angle because I'm not 100% sure that kill was the guy I was fighting. Thinking I landed a clean headshot on him, I begin to push, but that backfires pretty quick. I'm in a tough situation on the outside of the circle with a long way to move and very little time to do so, but it's important to have patience and not panic in this situation. The key to surviving a firefight is, like I said earlier, trading move for move, shot for shot, but don't commit to shooting until someone dies. There will be exceptions like when you come up behind someone, but even the pros trade shots, shoot left, shoot right, always having the patience to stop and heal when needed. Treat the fight like a chess game, play smart, and keep trading hit for hit. In this case, he was holding the angle with a faster gun, the M16, and I was just a little too slow. He always got the first shot off, and the aim punch from his hit threw off my shot. But I had patience, and don't worry, it pays off in the end. Thankfully, this guy didn't commit to the fight until we both died to the blue, so I hop in my buggy and plan on trying to get up ahead of him. Once I'm safe in the play zone, I'm going to clear my way around the edge to the shallow side of the circle, hopefully catch that one guy with the M16. Not gonna lie, that one felt good. From here on out, things are going to get sketchy, but it's important I don't get tunnel vision going after other players, but play the circle and watch the timer. This next part is pretty sloppy. I didn't quite land enough shots on him, and then threw an accidental underhand grenade. But the important thing again is to not become laser focused on that engagement, but continue to get prepped to make plays for the circle. That guy has got to be coming around ahead of me to the left. A mistake I often make at this point is pushing out of the city a little too soon and getting shot in the back, so I'm going to wait until the very last second and then move with the blue. I knew if I tagged that player once, the blue would probably finish them off, but I got a little greedy and tried to claim the kill. Not the smartest call. Alright, we're safe and in the final three. From here, the absolute best case scenario is for the other two players to get in a firefight first. That way you have all the remaining information you need to win. Knowing exactly where they are and listening and watching the kill feed will tell you which player survives for the final 1v1 and where you need to push them from. That in mind, I can almost guarantee someone has the high ground, so I decide to start pushing down low along the edge of the circle and just clear my way in. As soon as I hear those shots, I know it's game over. I know the player down low to my right survived, and I counted on him having already cleared this lower area. I rush up hoping to catch him still healing from that previous engagement. And there you have it. You'll notice I made sure my AKM was on single. A common way for me personally to blow that situation is to get too excited and spray bullets all over without connecting enough shots to get the kill. I knew with the AKM, I just needed to focus and land my shots and I'd be able to output more damage than his M416. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I have plenty more rounds like this that I could share if you want more. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the Battlegrounds.